we're going to be doing in this video is installing a complete vintage air system. This is a 67 El Camino / Chevelle. It's got the front half of the car is the same as a 67 Chevelle. But what we're going to do is Drew, our camera guy and young student that is a student at McPherson University, is going to do his first complete AC install. And this is going to give you, the viewer that may want to do this yourself, an idea of what you're going to run into. He's never done one before. This is pretty much a daily driver car. It's not a high-end show car or anything like that, so you'll be experiencing along with us all of the inconsistencies of the installation, or what we may run into, something not fitting just right, or some of those applications. So we're going to be going over the removal of all the factory stuff. This is a factory air equipped car, and we'll be removing the box, and as the instructions show us what you have to do, removing the wheel wells. We'll end up cleaning up some of this area. We'll go over that. Now on this system here, we're actually using they've chosen to go with the Holley, small block Chevy Holley front accessory system. So we're going to do that. We'll be going over complete install, the condenser, routing the hoses. On this one, we're going to try to hide the hoses a little bit, clean it up a little bit in the engine compartment as far as looks. Since it is a factory air car and the old control system is wore out, we did purchase a new control, factory controls, and then we'll do the modification of converting them to the slide pods that the vintage air stuff shows you to do. So factory cable controls will be converted to electronics. So we're going to be showing you that. The factory AC outlets in the dash are wore out. We're going to be updating them with some fresh pivot balls, so showing you some of that, and we'll kind of do a follow along with the vintage air instructions that come in the system. What else did we decide that we was going to do? So we're going to show you that. So like if we run into an issue in the car where something's not fitting right, we're going to bring that to attention on camera, not for pointing finger situations, but this is just to show what you might run into doing this at home. The vintage air system is a very user-friendly system. Most people that have a little bit of a pretty decent mechanical background can do this. Drew here is a student in the automotive program at McPherson College, the automotive restoration program, but he's never done any of this firsthand. So this is what it would be like if you were to purchase a system, hopefully from us, and we're going to install this yourself at home in your garage. So you were saying yeah, you're going to want to go ahead and pull your radiator out just to get it out of your way, because you got to get in here you got to take this old condenser out. It'll be easier to do it with this out of the way. But you may have to also take this training cooler, this add-on training cooler off first. Okay. Or also, yeah, I should say not first, but also. as you're taking all this condenser off. So you're going to get all this out. Your hood latch may have to come out. But down here on your wiring for your fans, since you got 2 separate plugs, just label one plug A and A on each half. You don't have to label both plugs, because once you label one, you won't have to label the other. Yeah. But then once you get all that done, I would go ahead and pull the lower hose off first, because it's still going to have some excess water in the block that hasn't completely drained yet, and then that way it can be draining while you're taking the top hose off. Okay. And stuff. So that's kind of. So here's just one of the things that you run into sometimes on these aftermarket things. It says remove OEM condenser and dryer, discard, see figure 1 below. So this is what you get to go by. And shows you the heater box, AC hoses, shows you a little bit about the inner fender, a little bit about the AC battery and stuff like that. But it just says remove OEM condenser. Well, we come over here to the car, and to our knowledge, this is the original condenser on this car, correct?
Well, I think, yeah.
So it doesn't tell you in those instructions what you got to do to remove that. So we've actually gotten the old hoses off the condenser, but it will not come physically through the inner hole of the core support, nor will it come out the top without pulling the grill, and it won't go out below through the core support and the grill out the bottom without pulling the bumper. So this is kind of what you run into, is sometimes these instructions just aren't as complete for the do-it-yourselfer as they should be. They just assume you understand that you're going to have to do one of these or the other or whatever. So you got to remember, you can't just cut this one up to take it out, because you still got to get the new one in. And the new one may have to have these items removed also, but it doesn't tell you that you have to loosen or take any of that loose. So those are just some of the things that you run into. So we're actually going to loosen the bumper to give ourselves a little bit of slack, and then just drop it out to the bottom.
Got all the bolts down the bottom of the steering column, and these top ones here for the steering column, and all the bolts holding this dash piece up here, like these guys and stuff. It exposes the dash. You can now get to it for the job. Once you get all these wires unhooked from the dash for wherever they're going, all these bulb wires for the most part. Sometimes you'll have some casualties, but it's just a bulb, so no big deal. But just be as careful as you can taking them out. I mean, most of this is old stock wiring. Some of it you can see is a little bit newer. With some of like this radio is an aftermarket radio and changed in there. Then next we're getting these guys out. Unhook this. We got a new one of these for it, and then we'll start pulling all the old AC stuff out of here. All right, got all that guy out of there. All those little bolts had to come out, and some of the linkages and stuff like that had to become undone. And then I pried this area a little bit, and a lot of wiggling of persuasion. Got it out. I got this little bucket here because, you know, it's a heater core in there, so that might leak a little bit, but it looks like it drained all out with blowing that air through. It really got all of it out of there, so didn't even need that. Didn't do any leaking from the heater core. And we're going to take all this carpet out. It is relatively new, actually. It's a little dirty now, but I think it's about 2 years old when I put it in. We're going to put some sound deadening, keep some heat out and some sound out. And there we go. Okay, so we've got just about everything scraped down on the firewall up there. We're going to clean up the floor even more, obviously, and then put some sound deadening in it. And we'll start the installation process, but everything's out of the car now, all gutted out. All right, we got that hush mat in. We used the bulk kit. Could have been a little more conservative with it. We'll use just about every bit of it. Got one piece left, but it sure is going to be quiet in here and keep a little bit of the heat out. Open the firewall area, left the AC area, some space for it when we put all that stuff in. We're going to stop this video here. The next one will be all the installation process for the vintage air kit. Thanks for watching.